Hello everyone, my name is Sheena Ibrube and I am an international educator currently residing in China. I'm originally from New York City, but I've been living in China for the past 10 years. And it has taken me a bit of time to figure out what my why is when it comes to pursuing a career in coaching, specifically educational technology. But I believe that my drive and determination now started with an experience I had when I worked for Apple. So about 10 years ago, I was working in the Apple store in Grand Central Station, and a customer came in and I saw that she was working with an iPad, right? She was playing around with it. And obviously we're trained to go up to customers and ask them how they're doing, if they're interested in a product, if we could help them. And I walked up to her and I said, hello, and she didn't hear me. So I tried again. I said, hello, how can I help you? And she noticed that somebody was standing by her. So she turns around and she says, hello. But I immediately noticed that she spoke a little differently. And then it hit me that she was actually deaf. And I quickly panicked because I didn't know what to do, because we were so used to communicating with hearing customers. And even if they were speaking another language, we could use the device to translate into that language and communicate, right? But how was I going to communicate with someone who their native language is to sign? And of course I could have typed in the device, but I felt that it was just impersonal, and I really wanted to make a connection with her because it was the first time I was in front of someone who was not typical. They were different, and I genuinely love anything that is different. But I quickly wondered, how many times have people treated her differently? And I didn't want to come off inappropriate or rude, so I signed back to her with a little bit of sign language that I do know, and I watched her light up. I watched her get so excited that someone was communicating in her language, at least just trying, making the effort. And we continued having a great time discussing the iPad because she was interested. And I watched her dial and call a friend, and she was just in complete shock that she could see her friend on the other side, and that she could sign to that person, and that they would be signing back, and that it was in real time, and there was no middleman who was the interpreter for her to then sign to that person or anything like that. It was just her and her friend, and they were connecting. And I watched this moment and how excited she was to use this product, and how excited she was just to be with me. And I said, I want to do this all the time. I got so motivated to learn to accommodate or work with those who do learn differently, who do need different things. And it drove me to actually go learn sign language and then continue working on learning all of the accessibility features on the device. And then I realized that a lot of those features weren't only for those who were blind or deaf. It could have easily been transferred to someone who's a novice in devices, who was maybe from a different generation, who didn't get the chance to be born with a device, in their hand. But I realized that I just wanted to inspire people. I wanted to motivate people to use devices to be creative, to be empowered, to think about something that lies in their imagination and not be bound by a fear that they wouldn't be able to create, that they wouldn't be able to enhance their lives. Whether I'm working with children, whether I'm working with my colleagues, I have this goal of being a resource. I have a goal of being available and sharing what I know so that others can go and be the best version of themselves. That's actually really important to me.